Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we are diving into a topic that could transform the way you think about food and health. How the world's longest living people eat. This isn't about expensive superfoods or complicated diet plans. Instead, it's about timeless, simple eating habits that you can start using in your own kitchen right now, across the globe. There are regions known as blue zones, where people regularly live to 100 years or more, enjoying not just long lives, but healthy, active ones. These areas include Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, and Loma Linda in California. While their cuisines vary, their core eating principles share surprising similarities. The foundation of their diet is whole, unprocessed foods ingredients as close to their natural state as possible. Think of biting into a crisp apple instead of drinking apple juice, or enjoying a baked potato instead of a processed potato chip. Vegetables, fruits, beans, and whole grains take center stage, while meat is treated as a side dish or for special occasions. They eat seasonally, sourcing fresh produce from gardens or local markets, ensuring maximum flavor and nutrition. Beans and legumes are staples, providing plant-based protein and fiber. Healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, and seeds are embraced, while processed snacks, sugary drinks, and refined sweets are rare. These eating habits aren't restrictive. They are rooted in abundant freshness, variety, and flavor paired with mindful eating. Meals are shared with loved ones, eaten slowly and often. Stopped at about 80% fullness, a practice known in Okinawa as hara hachibu. It's a philosophy built on respect for food, family, and health. One of the most remarkable things about the Blue Zones is that their eating habits are not separate from their daily lives. They are woven seamlessly into their culture, traditions, and environment. Food is not just fuel, it's a connection to history, nature, and community. In Okinawa, for example, elders tend small gardens where they grow leafy greens, sweet potatoes, and herbs. This daily act of gardening provides fresh, nutrient-rich food and gentle physical activity. In Sardinia, villagers still bake their own whole-grain bread using time-honored recipes passed down for generations, turning a simple loaf into a link between past and present. These communities also have a unique rhythm to eating. Meals are rarely rushed. Breakfast is often hearty but simple. Lunch is the main meal, and dinner tends to be lighter. Eating together is a social ritual, strengthening bonds between friends and family. Conversations flow as naturally as the food on the table, creating an atmosphere that nourishes both body and spirit. Portion control is another common thread. Whether it's Okinawa's harahachibu or Sardinia's smaller plates, people eat until they are comfortably satisfied, not uncomfortably full. This mindful approach prevents overeating and supports healthy digestion. Importantly, their diets are built around locally available foods. This means fewer processed products, less added sugar, and more seasonal variety. It also fosters a sense of gratitude. Each meal is a celebration of what the land and sea have to offer. By living and eating this way, Blue Zone residents don't have to try to be healthy. Their lifestyle naturally supports long life, vitality, and joy. Another essential aspect of the Blue Zone lifestyle is the way they prepare their food. Cooking is not seen as a chore, but as an act of care for themselves, their families, and even future generations. Meals are made from scratch, allowing full control over ingredients, flavors, and portion sizes. This home-based approach naturally limits the amount of preservatives, additives, and excess salt or sugar that often come with processed foods. In Okinawa, dishes often feature simmered vegetables, tofu, and miso-based broths. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, black beans are slow-cooked with herbs and onions, then served with fresh tortillas. In Icaria, Greece, wild greens and herbs are gathered from the hillsides and turned into vibrant salads or savory pies. These traditions not only produce nutrient-rich meals, but also preserve culinary knowledge that might otherwise be lost. Herbs and spices are used generously, not just for flavor, but for their health benefits. Turmeric, ginger, garlic, oregano, and rosemary appear frequently, bringing anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties into daily meals without the need for supplements. Cooking at home also reinforces mindful eating. The process of selecting ingredients, washing vegetables, and slowly preparing a meal encourages appreciation for the food. Sharing these meals with loved ones deepens social bonds, turning dinner into more than just sustenance. It becomes an event, a time of connection. By keeping food preparation simple yet intentional, Blue Zone communities maintain a diet that is both deeply nourishing and culturally meaningful, ensuring health and tradition thrive together. A further cornerstone of Blue Zone longevity is their natural approach to movement. Exercise, in the conventional sense, is rare. You won't find many gyms or intense workout schedules. Instead, physical activity is woven effortlessly into the fabric of everyday life. People walk to visit neighbors, tend gardens, carry groceries, sweep floors, or climb hills to reach their homes. These frequent low-intensity movements keep muscles strong, joints flexible, and the heart healthy without ever feeling like exercise. In Sardinia's mountainous villages, elders routinely walk up steep, uneven paths multiple times a day. In Okinawa, many daily activities, from sitting on the floor to cooking at low tables, naturally encourage squatting, bending, and stretching. In Nicoya, tending to crops and caring for animals keeps bodies engaged in varied functional movements well into old age. Another critical factor is pace. Blue Zone residents rarely rush. Their days follow a gentle rhythm, balancing movement with rest. Afternoon pauses, like the siesta in the Mediterranean or quiet tea moments in Japan, allow the body to recover and reduce stress. This balanced lifestyle helps maintain energy levels and prevents burnout, something modern, high-speed living often overlooks. Perhaps most importantly, movement in these communities is often social, whether it's walking with a friend, working side by side in a garden, or dancing during local festivals. Physical activity becomes a joyful, shared experience. This combination of natural movement, social connection, and a slower pace not only keeps the body fit, but also nourishes emotional well-being, creating a holistic foundation for a long, vibrant life. Another defining feature of Blue Zone life is the strength of their social fabric. Longevity here is not achieved in isolation. It is nurtured through deep, enduring relationships. In every Blue Zone, people maintain close ties with family, friends, and neighbors, creating a strong network of emotional and practical support. In Okinawa, elders belong to Moe, small lifelong social groups that meet regularly to share food, conversation, and mutual assistance. This sense of belonging offers comfort during difficult times and amplifies joy during celebrations. In Sardinia, multi-generational households are common. Grandparents help raise children while adult children care for their aging parents. This daily exchange of care and companionship reduces loneliness and gives life a sense of purpose. In Ikaria, social life is woven into the very rhythm of the day. People gather in village squares to drink coffee, play games, or simply talk for hours. There is no hurry. Conversations are as nourishing as the meals they share. Festivals and communal meals mark the seasons, reinforcing a shared identity and heritage. Scientific research supports what these communities have known for generations. Strong social connections reduce stress, protect mental health, and even strengthen the immune system. The emotional security of knowing someone has your back can help the body resist illness and recover more quickly when sickness does occur. In modern societies, where isolation is increasingly common, this lesson is vital. Blue Zone residents remind us that relationships are not an optional luxury, but an essential ingredient for health and longevity. One as important as diet or exercise, faith and a sense of purpose form another quiet yet powerful thread in the tapestry of Blue Zone longevity. In all 5 regions, people share a belief in something greater than themselves, whether rooted in religion, spirituality, or cultural traditions. This faith often guides daily rituals, shapes moral values, and offers comfort during life's inevitable hardships. In Loma Linda, California, a community of Seventh-day Adventists observes a weekly Sabbath, setting aside time for rest, worship, and family. This deliberate pause not only reduces stress but also strengthens community bonds. In Okinawa, the concept of ikigai, a personal sense of purpose, inspires people to wake each morning with enthusiasm, knowing they have a role to play in their family and community. These beliefs are not confined to formal worship. In Sardinia and Icaria, elders often begin the day with quiet prayer or gratitude and end it with reflection. Such moments provide perspective, helping them navigate challenges with resilience. Purpose and faith also seem to slow the aging process by reducing chronic stress. A strong reason to live has been linked to lower rates of depression, better cardiovascular health, and improved immune function. In the modern rush, where many feel disconnected and adrift, the blue zones teach us that knowing why we wake up each day and feeling connected to something larger than ourselves may be just as life-extending as any superfood or workout routine. Perhaps one of the most overlooked secrets of blue zone living is their relationship with food, not just what they eat, but how they eat. Meals are rarely rushed. They are shared experiences filled with conversation and laughter. Eating slowly allows the body to register fullness, preventing overeating and promoting better digestion. In Okinawa, the practice of harahachi-bu, eating until you are 80% full, helps maintain a healthy weight and prevents the strain of excessive calories. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, families gather for simple yet nutrient-dense meals of beans, corn, squash, and fresh tropical fruits, eaten together at the same table. This ritual reinforces both physical nourishment and emotional connection. Portion sizes in these communities are modest and processed foods are rare. Instead, diets are built on whole, locally sourced ingredients: vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and occasional fish or meat. Many residents grow their own produce, ensuring freshness and seasonal variety. Another subtle but important habit is timing. In Icaria and Sardinia, the largest meal is often eaten midday, allowing the body ample time to digest before evening rest. Light dinners, or sometimes none at all, leave the night free for restorative sleep. Modern nutrition science increasingly supports these patterns, linking plant-based diets, mindful eating, and reduced calorie intake to longer life and lower disease risk. But beyond the nutrients, Blue Zone meals are about connection with the land, the seasons, and each other. Each bite carries a piece of culture, history, and gratitude, making food not just fuel, but a celebration of life itself. Movement in the Blue Zones is not something scheduled at a gym. It is simply woven into daily living. Instead of structured workouts, people stay active through purposeful, low-intensity physical activities spread naturally throughout the day. In Sardinia, shepherds walk for miles across rugged hills tending their flocks, building leg strength and cardiovascular endurance, without ever exercising in the modern sense. In Okinawa, elders tend to their gardens, bending, squatting, and carrying movements that maintain flexibility and balance well into their 80s and 90s. In Nicoya, daily chores like chopping wood, riding bicycles, or walking to the market ensure consistent movement. This lifestyle avoids the sedentary patterns so common today. Because activity is part of necessity rather than obligation, it is sustainable over decades. There are no fitness resolutions to abandon. The work of life is the workout itself. Another hidden advantage of these movements is variety. Gardening uses different muscles than walking. Carrying water engages the core differently than sweeping a floor. This natural cross-training helps prevent overuse injuries while maintaining overall functional strength. Research shows that such steady, moderate activity supports heart health, reduces inflammation, and improves mental well-being. It also strengthens the social fabric. walking to visit a neighbor, sharing chores, or working side by side in fields creates opportunities for connection. The lesson is simple yet profound. You don't need expensive equipment or a formal program to stay fit. By integrating movement into the rhythm of life, the people of the blue zones remain strong, steady, and capable, proving that the best exercise might just be living fully every single day.